Mu'izz says regarding a hadith in which is said of Allah descending to the lowest heaven when 1/3 of the night remains. I'm a little confused about it. The time when 1/3 of the night remains varies from one place to the other. Does Allah descend to the lowest heaven multiple times? Because time varies in different parts of the world. Mu'izz, your question is quite disturbing. The reason is that you are comparing Allah Azza wa Jal to us humans. The hadith is authentic without any doubt. Allah Azza wa Jal descends to the lower heaven when the last third of the night is due. And Allah says, is there anyone seeking forgiveness so I would forgive him? Is there anyone asking me so that I would give him? Is there anyone supplicating to me so that I would answer him? This is authentic. There's no doubt in that. But the problem is that you're comparing Allah's descent to ours. And this is unacceptable because Allah says, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. There is nothing like Him. And He is the most hearing and seeing. He is the all hearing and seeing, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now, if you look at Allah's attributes, you would acknowledge that Allah is all hearing, all seeing, powerful, knowledgeable, merciful. He's the provider. He is the giver of death and life. Now, when we look at one of His attributes, or any of His attributes, does anyone on earth believe that Allah's attributes are like ours? Allah stated in the Quran, nothing is unlike to Him. Nothing is like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or similar to Allah Azza wa Jal. So we all know this. Let's look at the attribute of hearing. As a human being, we hear and we listen. If there are 4 people talking in front of me and they're speaking the same language and they're addressing me with their problems, would I be able to comprehend all of them at the same time? Definitely not. At best, I may pick few words here or there from 2 of them and be able to figure out their problems. But all 4? Impossible. Is Allah's hearing like us? So can someone come and ask like you, Mu'izz, and says, how? I'm a bit confused. When we know that there are 7 billion inhabitants of the human being, of the human race on earth at the moment, and they speak in thousands of languages and dialects, and they speak at the same time. And Allah hears each and every one of them and records all what they say. Allah Azza wa Jal even knows what goes into in their minds without them speaking it. Not only that, Allah hears and knows what animals in their billions talk about, what birds, what fish, what insects, what any living creature on earth is saying or doing or thinking of. Are you a bit confused? Definitely not. You said, yeah, okay, this is Allah Azza wa Jal. He is capable of that and more. Okay, why were you not confused? Because you acknowledged that Allah's attribute of hearing is not like ours. Likewise with knowledge, likewise with power, strength, and ability. Now, why did you not use the same method when it came to the attribute of descent? why didn't you say to yourself, Allah's descent to the lower heaven is not like us? Allah Azza wa Jal is nothing similar to what we can comprehend and think of. Because if you do that, then you will be safe. And your iman will be intact. You've got the full conviction and belief that Allah descends when the last third of the night is, full stop. Without saying, how? Show me. You can't do that. Likewise, in the hadith, I think of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, or Abu Dhar, I forgot, where the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, when the sun sets, it prostrates in front of the throne of Allah Azza wa Jal until Allah tells it to rise again. But we know that the sun sets every single moment around the globe. So how is this possible? Do you see the sun itself? Do you know the universe, how it is run? We don't know, but we believe. It is not something that you apply your logic to. This is something that logic has nothing to do with. It has to do with belief. Harun al-Rashid, one of the great caliphs of the Abbasi period, he had a son. And this son used to give form to the attributes of Allah. I seek refuge in Allah. So he used to say, Allah's hands is like this, Allah has fingers like that, and he simulates Allah's attributes to ours. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. تعالى الله عما يقول الظالمون علوا عظيما. Imam Shafi'i heard of this. And this is the son of the ruler. He could behead him in any second, like all tyrant rulers. But Harun al-Rashid was not like that. So he went to him and said to him in a logical way, my son, have you heard of the hadith when the revelation was first given to the Prophet ﷺ? And the boy said, yes, I did. He said, did you hear how the Archangel Jibril descended on his throne and the Prophet ﷺ saw him with 600 wings, with pearls, with rubies, with emeralds and precious stones falling from his 600 wings? And the boy said, yes, I've heard this. So Imam Shafi'i said to him, leave Jibreel alone and his 600 wings. I give you a bird and I ask you to place 3 wings on that bird. Can you do that? So the guy started to think, said, yeah, okay, one on the right, one on the left. The third wing, should it be on top or on the bottom or in the front or in the back? It doesn't fit. So he could not answer. So Imam Shafi'i said, my son, a bird with 3 wings and you're unable to think and imagine. What about 600 wings of the Archangel Jibreel? Let alone Allah, the Almighty, the Creator of the heavens and the earth. This is something way beyond your paycheck, way beyond your league. Allah Azza wa Jal, we do not contemplate or think or try to give form to His beautiful attributes. We believe as they are. We believe in the face of Allah Azza wa Jal. We believe in the hands of Allah Azza wa Jal, as mentioned in the Quran, but without crossing the line or trying to figure out or imagine how this is possible, and Allah knows best.